Hello. Well, today I'm thinking about planting plans. How do you decide what you're going to plant and where? I know gardening books tell you divide your crops into different varieties, the legumes and the brassicas and the roots and what have you. And you have to plant them in a certain sequence and not plant the same thing in the same place for another 3 years or 4 years. But practically, when it comes to it, you find that although you may have drawn a plan, for one reason or another, you can't put the things where you decided you'd put them and they have to go somewhere else. And so there's always an element of ad hoc kind of, well, I was going to put it here, but actually it's too difficult to dig this ground. I'll put it there instead. Or, well, I was going to put this here, but some volunteer potatoes have come up from last year and it would be fun to see if they grow and how many potatoes they produce. So I'll just plant around them. So that's what tends to happen.
In this folder, I don't know what that is. Oh, I decided to write a planting record because I find Chris's diagram hasn't got enough space. This is the previous year, the plan for the allotment. And the year before that, and the year before, one year I started doing a document record on the computer, but that was a lot of hard work. So going back, it's astonishing to find, first plan, that we actually started this allotment in 2010, so this is our 7th year. This is Chris's plan for the allotment this year. The idea is that we can carry it with us and consult where things should go. So far we've put in the second early potatoes there. We've put in the main crop potatoes there, and the first early potatoes, there. Where it says roots, I planted parsnips and radishes and carrots, but he hasn't written that in. And that's supposed to be legumes. We'll probably be putting lots of peas in there then, won't we? The new allotment, this is where we put all the mulch. We put cardboard down, then we put mushroom compost, and then when the weeds started to come through, we put another layer of cardboard and another layer of green waste compost, which is very powdery and fills all the cracks, supposedly. But what this has done is, it's made a layer of matted grass and weeds underneath the mulch. And when Chris dug this area to put his potatoes in, he found it was such heavy going trying to dig through all this matted grassroot and stuff that I said, well, why don't we just put it on the established allotment? We've been doing mulch on this side for, I think, 2 years, and the ground is really friable and wonderful. You just throw things in, really. So that's what this is going to be like, maybe next year or the year after. In the meantime, we've got a kind of a crust of compost on it, with little blades of grass coming through, but we can trim them or, I don't know, pluck them out. And in this bit, I said to Chris, we should just plant ready grown plugs of things, just make little holes and pop them in. Up here we've got this is our grassy area, I think, where we have our bonfire and barbecues and things, and this is our orchard and more trees at the back and the more trees over the other side. So we're hoping to get lots of fruit trees eventually.
So that's our plans for this year so far. Bye.